Now, last year, nearly 7,000 stray dogs were put down, many of them ones that are reunited with their owners if they've been found and identified. The mandatory microchipping of dogs in England will be brought into effect in 3 years' time. But will that solve the problem and cut down the £57 million the taxpayer spends each year on the welfare of strays? Steve Smith went to Battersea.
Dogs of the world unite!
Yeah, sweetheart.
Meet Seal. She's a little lost dog. Well, not so little. Nobody knows anything more about her. Even her name was dreamt up here at Battersea Dogs Home, where staff think she looks a bit like a seal. There's one way to find out more. A scanner reads a microchip buried in Seal's neck. It doesn't come up with anything as satisfying as Fenton, but this code should help to find Seal's real home. Now you might be asking yourself, how would a chip have found its way into the dog in the first place?
So that's the size of the chip, little more than the size of a grain of rice. This is the implanter that we used to pop it in. You can see this is a little bit bigger than you'd want in a vaccination.
It's bigger than I'd want.
Yeah, I know, but it is for the dog. It's no more painful.
Getting back home again could be harder for some of Seal's neighbours.
Amber is aged 3 to 5. She's a bull mastiff. She wasn't chipped when she was handed in 4 months ago.
Amber was found covered in blood with wounds to her head. Staff at Battersea was used as a fighting dog. They haven't been able to trace her owner.
This is Rufus. Months. He's a mongrel cross who was found last week. He wasn't microchipped. And here's Captain Socks. Aged 2 to 3 years old, he's a Staffordshire Bull Terrier. A scan showed he did have a microchip.
But his owner said the dog was now with new people. The chip was out of date. Isn't it likely that the dogs we'd most like to see chipped won't be? Their owners won't do it.
I think most people will get their dogs chipped because they will see the benefit of doing it, but it does rely very much on enforcement. It relies on dog wardens, on the police, on vets actually helping us, all of us, to make this a much safer place for people to walk in public spaces with their animals, and also to know that responsible or even irresponsible owners are held to account should dogs go straying.
It's thought 58% of the UK's 8 million dogs have already been microchipped. A survey by the Dogs Trust suggested nearly 119,000 strays were taken in by local authorities last year. Nearly half of them were reunited with their owners, but almost 7,000 had to be put to sleep. Dawn Moore hasn't seen her dog Angel since December. She's remortgaged her house so she can put up a reward to find her.
Everybody thinks it was a big decision, but it wasn't. My aim is for my dog to come home to me, and remortgage my house is something that I could do to be able to finance that. It's not an hard decision to do. She's a member of my family. I want her back home.
You're probably wondering what they're doing about this in the rest of the UK. Well, the Scottish Parliament has yet to pass legislation on dog chipping, but Wales is expected to follow England, and the scheme is already well established in Northern Ireland.
95% of the dogs that we pick up straying are returned directly to their owner within a matter of hours. Only last night, 10:25, I picked a stray dog up. Within 5 minutes, I was back with its owner, all as a result of microchipping.
If compulsory microchipping reduces the theft of dogs and their unnecessary destruction in some cases, then many pet lovers would probably say it was a fair law and not rough.